Hello and welcome to another Everything Action Commentaries, or commentary for October 2023. I'm your host, Zach.
I'm your co-host, Chris.
And we are celebrating Chucky this month. He's actually having like a pretty huge month. Season 3 of the show is going on. There's like a Halloween Horror Nights maze at each Hollywood and Orlando Horror Nights. There was like anniversaries for Bride of Chucky and Curse of Chucky. But we're going all the way back. We're going back to the beginning of the franchise. We're going the OG Child's Play is what we're watching this month for our commentary from 1988, the one that started it all. And yeah, so it's on Max is where we're watching it. I think that there's kind of it seems like there's a weird like licensing thing where like Max has the original, but then like other places have the rest of the franchise. So I don't know if the original was like some one company in the. It feels like a Three Ninjas thing where it's like the first Three Ninjas was like a Touchstone or whatever that was, and then the rest of them were like other companies. But yeah, the first one's on Max as we're watching it. You can watch it at like uh anywhere else if you want to rent it or if you have like a DVD or Blu-ray. And we are paused right before basically like kind of like when the MGM logo is as soon as you see the MGM logo, pause it. Um, and it should be like kind of like half, kind of like in shadows, like the MGM line and everything. But yeah, I will give a countdown and we'll get started here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, so the line should have just roared. Wow, even like the old school MGM logo.
MGM United.
Yeah. Well, because yeah, it's MGM United Artists. Are they still like a conglomerate, or is like they're just all like owned by like Amazon? I think at this point.
I think they bought them out completely. So one of the things I didn't understand about United Artists was that the United Artists own their own theaters that they just showed these movies in.
Yeah, I mean that was like that was like OG like way back in like the like the like Charlie Chaplin days was when United Artists like formed
Gotcha.
to like make the like we don't want to be part of the studio system. We want like our own like production company. It's for the artists. I
That's
thought it was
Chris Saruni.
Chris Sarandon.
Sarandon, that's it.
Yeah,
So it's always interesting that, he played vampire like hunters and then Jack Skellington and then princesses or no prince because he's a Princess Bride.
hmm
Very interesting pedigree of roles.
I thought it was just like there's like no context for it's just like you're in.
Yeah. Also, when did he have like when did he have like a crew
Oh,
like the A-Team Vanger boy?
Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah,
Did they like ever come back? like,
I don't know. I totally forgot. I thought it was just starts from here. I didn't think he was looking for like a getaway van. But he's a serial killer, so I don't know why serial killer also had like a posse.
yeah, was it like a heist or something, or it's like Reservoir Dogs, like it's a heist gone bad.
I do like that this was basically a My Buddy product, and then
Yeah,
they decided to go for an original
hmm
thing that is just it overshadows the My Buddy. Now every time anything's about like a toy boy doll, people think Chucky more than My
yeah.
Buddy.
But I do also love that like this is like an actual like toy store with like actual like '80s toys in it.
My God, he got naked. Cool. Look at all the product placement.
hmm totally different movie if like if Charles Lee Ray like put his soul into like I don't know like a cabin,
Operation.
yeah, or like Fireball Island or something, or a gem doll.
Well, when did he get like a speaker from his shouting? He became like a PA system.
It's his voodoo magic.
I'm not sure in later movies do they ever show you the photo of the actor anymore, because I think this is pretty much it, right? Then you never see this, you never see him anymore.
Like Brad Dourif,
Yeah,
like
Brad Dourif.
like in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Chucky? Yeah, why did Chucky have like a gun? Did you see that? Like, there's like an accessory kit you can buy for Chucky that's like a gun, like a bow and arrow.
Was it?
Yeah, it's like the courageous
Oh
soldier
no.
pack.
So, okay, did not know he had accessories.
Yeah.
Now, what are the odds that this serial killer also knew voodoo?
Yeah. I do love to. It's just like I don't know if they ever like actually like just like acknowledge it or like comment on it, but like just the fact that like magic is real in this universe, in the Child's Play universe, like it's like completely real. At least voodoo is.
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Which begs the question: are there other inanimate objects alive in this universe? Because if this exists and he seems like he's either done this before or it's been something that he learned.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how like the cinematography almost looks like a Ghostbusters movie. You notice that? Like it's
It's
very close to the error.
they all have that same like lightning effect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God, I'm going to do so much paperwork.
So Mr. Duncan from Home Alone 2, this is his first store. And then this happened.
Yeah. Well, case closed.
Weird lightning strike, blew up a toy store. Totally fine. Wonder if there's a full episode that they animated for the
Well,
one.
was that a commercial or was that an actual like? Is there like
I
a
think that was a
Chucky
cartoon.
cartoon? Yeah.
I think that because he seems like he's seen this before than a cartoon, like than an ad. Dude, this kid is living the good guy like life.
he's
The
he's he,
clothes, the cereal.
he's all in. Yeah. What is
Look
that
at those
cereal?
size. That looks like sponges.
Yeah.
That it looks
Uh,
like the kind of sponges that you get that like when you
the
soak in
grow.
water, it expands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm It's like it's like 50 different cereals like combined into one cereal.
but but the part that stands out is the
The giant
human
good
shaped
guys.
piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is that
Oh
head?
my
Oh
god.
God, no! Why
That's
didn't he pick this? Why didn't he pick this vessel?
that's scarier than anything that Chucky does. Like that giant Chucky is horrific.
How does that not play into the movie? How did he not jump into that costume? Can you imagine that ending instead of the like fight with the robot doll? It's this giant size suit that came alive. Oh my god, this kid is gonna have diabetes by the end of this breakfast.
Well, it seems like he's not like. Is he making it for his mom? I think, or is that for him?
I think yeah, for his mom. I think that was the twist. Oh, this movie takes place in Chicago. I forget that. See, like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's very close that this is a Home Alone movie.
Well, Home Alone. Yeah, Home Alone wasn't even out yet.
No, no, but it's close in the same universe.
Yeah.
If they want to tie in more Chucky things, he's gonna spill it all over her. Oh, honestly, she's a good mom.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, like halfway through, we know what's gonna happen, where she thinks her boy's crazy, but also, this is on a new like. Wait, what is going on with that news station where it's also Saturday morning cartoons or whatever, and then like
Cut to
a
like yeah,
murder report?
the Lakeshore Strangler was killed
Yeah,
in a toy store.
she went from one like just
Newsbreak.
reporter news break, but then there's the actual like crime scene in the other shot. Ha, fake ad. You thought I was a good buddy. It's a Gap movie.
Hmm.
Surprise! It sucks. I think you'd rather not have the toy. Like,
The
why would you want
accessories, yeah.
the accessory set? That's even more of a tease. It's like you can afford that doll if you just didn't buy accessory to the doll.
There's a weird guy in an alley selling a good guy doll out of the box.
You also got competition for the doll.
It'd be great if this is like Jingle All the Way. It's like the Spanish version. How much was the Cabbage Patch doll in like the 80s? Like,
About the same price.
yeah. So that'd be so they paid $30 for the Chucky, so it'd be like $77 in today's money.
Holy crap! You know what's even weird? The friend could have done this. The
Hmm.
friend didn't need to be there.
Drag her
Giving
away,
the
yeah.
money, yeah. Also, I feel like this is an HR. You can't just do this. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how '80s retail works, where it's like I can work at a double.
Hmm.
Don't you need a 24-hour notice or something before you can just do that? If anything, this is just a movie about like the shitty parts of like lower wage income jobs. Fake out, it's more jeans. Oof. That Chucky doll is a little rough by today's standards. Like,
Hmm.
in certain shots, you can see which version they have. Again, that is pretty advanced for the '80s thing. That has like an AI that can detect when you talk to it.
I guess it's like voice activated. Yeah, because even like Teddy Ruxpin, you had to like it was a tape. You had to put a tape in. It wasn't like voice activated. That was like the most like advanced like '80s toy.
That didn't have microchips in it. You know,
No.
that was literally just a recorder that moved its mouth on its own. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
know phonetically how to move anything. Charlie's Ray's dead. It's like 2 days later. So that arm is like about to rip right off. You see the quality? You see what I mean?
Yeah. Chucky's got to keep up to date on the current events.
We're still in the Cold War, right? Or are we?
I think so. Yeah.
When does this movie come out? 1988.
88.
Okay. And we just got out of the Cold War, so it's like Reaganomics now.
Reaganomics.
Oh, he definitely did that.
Foreshadowing.
I think there'd be an interesting version of this movie where Chucky isn't actually alive and it really is Andy.
I mean, they played it up for like the first like at least half of this movie. I'm like, maybe Andy's disturbed, like,
But they
but
show too much
but
in the beginning.
yeah, if there wasn't that like intro of like Brad Dourif like doing a voodoo ceremony on Chucky, then yeah, because they really hold off on like the Chucky like Chucky's just a doll for like or like just playing up to being a doll for like a
Right,
while.
for a while. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they didn't show such a drop in point of the first part,
Hmm.
you swear Andy's just a psycho kid.
Hmm. It's like the good son or something.
Yeah. I don't understand how Chucky had a like a hard time escaping that hobo. You know, like he puts on such a big facade
Hmm.
for this, but
Yeah,
he could have escaped in that hobo's grasp.
yeah, like why didn't he like get out as soon as like like Chris Sarandon just left the store like oh well Charles Lee Ray's dead I'm leaving and then like Chucky as like the doll is like I'm all right I'm
I guess
free
I'm just a
now yeah
living doll.
yeah
Granted, he's the hottest toy of the season. I don't know. Maybe he's smarter than we think. Maybe he plans it,
well
wait it out in a
well
child's house.
yeah well I think the whole thing is like he can never like if he's a doll like no one's gonna ever suspect that like a doll is killing people like that's insane so it's like he can just like kill people like without he's like basically he's also like immortal now too because he's like not a living person he's like a
Plastic
inanimate
being.
doll yeah
Did Chucky crave sugar?
I hate sugar What did you think was behind the plants?
Wow, she picked up like momentum.
Uh huh. Also, like the Chucky, like the good guys like toolkit is like actual like metal
It's
tools.
an iron hammer,
Yeah.
apparently. And then, is the strength of the doll proportionate? I never understood. Chucky is like this. He has this like the strength of like two men, two grown men.
Yeah.
No one stopped her going through this whole thing.
Yep.
This is a very cool apartment. It's very complex. It's got glass floors.
All right, it's fine then.
No one's stopping her. No one's.
Yeah. The cop, the cop just like sitting on a couch, just like read the papers. Like, what's this broad doing in here?
I know. See, this is why you shouldn't wear your sneakers in your house like this. Even if you're a kid, you can still get pinned for murder. So I didn't see the remake, and it doesn't start like this, right?
No, yeah, the remake is like completely different. Like, cause like Andy's like a like tween, and then it's like Aubrey Plaza gets like the Chucky, and then Chucky's like a like Bluetooth technology, like it's like can like hook into like other technology, and it's like a disgruntled like assembly like line worker like reprograms like the one Chucky doll to make it like evil. Like it flips like like the evil switch on the Chucky doll on the assembly line like China or whatever. I think also too it was like the remake Chucky was like more like he wasn't like fully evil. He was just like his programming was like fucked up, and then he was like trying to protect Andy, but then by protecting Andy, he was like killing people.
I mean, if it was like hard plastic, maybe, but that hammer was like enough force to bonk, like to make a wound.
Yeah.
It was the '80s. You just made tiny hammers,
hmm
but that's still a ballpoint hammer. You could still do damage with that.
Yeah, there was I mean, I think in the '90s it was like there was like that like toy. It was like real tools or something, or cool tools. It was like actual like metal like tools for kids.
Was it the one that had that ratchet set?
I
One
just
of them
remember,
was like a legit ratchet.
yeah, I just remember like the commercials was like cool, 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 cool tools.
This kid kind of has everything. He has a like a model table.
hmm Well, he's like a model train,
Mm-hmm. A diorama, basically.
but then they're also like lower income or like middle like lower middle class because like they like Karen could barely afford a Chucky doll. She'd like buy one from like a weird street vendor,
Not even a vendor, man, just a hobo.
a hobo. Who found,
But she lives in a really nice Chicago apartment.
yeah.
And it's not like she lives in the suburbs where you have to take the bus. She
hmm
has a bus line that's outside her apartment.
hmm
And it's Chicago. People take buses because this traffic sucks. I drove to Chicago. It's not great.
hmm
I'll do some child's play. It's weird to think that we're not calling this Chucky. You know, it's called Child's Play. And it took like 3 movies for it to go away from Child's Play to become
I think
Chucky things.
yeah, I think there was some sort of legal thing where they couldn't use Child's Play the title anymore. But then Don Mancini was like, "Well, we can start calling it we can start calling it like Chucky's like Bride of Chucky or Curse of Chucky or whatever Chucky." So
Gotcha.
I think like MGM slash Amazon now like owns like Child's Play like that title, but then Don Mancini owns like Chucky and like can use like all, so that's why everything is Chucky now and not Child's Play.
Took me a minute to remember, but she was the mom in Seventh Heaven.
Yep. Oh, also fun fact, like so, like yeah, like Catherine Hicks like married like the special effects guy, like the main special effects guy for this movie, Kevin Yeager.
Oh,
Like
was she
like
married from this, or they met at
yeah,
this?
they met on like this during this movie, and then they got married.
Wow,
And I think they're still married too. So
good for them. It's nice to say like Hollywood marriages that work. And Kevin Yeager also did the makeup effects for Freddy Krueger and the Crypt Keeper.
mm.
Did he just leave school?
And he's like taking like the L train now, just like
Oh my god, what? So he's leaving Chicago proper and going to Chicagoland. Because this is the same station that trains, planes, and automobiles is at.
mm.
Like, I have no one in Chicago gives a shit
Yeah,
that is an
no,
unattended minor.
yeah, no one's concerned. This like child is like riding the subway, like the like elevated train for like hours.
He's going to the Finley projects? Like, isn't this where Candyman is?
There's only room for one supernatural killer in this town.
We gotta see a friend of mine. Yeah, this is the same area that Candyman takes place in.
Mm-hmm.
Cabera Green. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking of. Cabera Green.
Community Green. Yeah,
Go in there and say Candyman 5 times.
God.
I mean, he's still a kid, so
Yeah.
he's 6, maybe.
I think Andy's younger than that. It seems like he's younger than that.
No, he's 6.
Chucky Cam.
So this is secretly Andy Cam, if this is still that version of that movie. So Charles lived here, huh? So Chucky can breathe,
No, I don't think he. I don't think. I think that's the whole. Yeah, he can't. He like doesn't have to breathe. Like.
but he blew out the pilot light.
Oh yeah, yeah. He can make breath. Yeah.
I'm surprised Chicago doesn't embrace child's play. I totally forget he's a Chicago. He's supposed to have a Chicago accent or something, and it just comes off his own thing.
Mm.
I can imagine if Chucky had that same accent from the SNL skit of the Bears.
If
Technically, that's more accurate.
if Fred Durst was doing like the Bears.
It's me, Chucky, your friend.
Hey, oi.
Andy, let's go get a bear. Let's go get a bear down by the pub.
Let's get an Italian beef sandwich. Like,
You ever had a dip tan sandwich?
yeah, I think so.
It's okay. It's wetter than you think it's gonna be because it's like a
Hmm.
French dip.
Yeah.
How did this house have gas? Like
Yeah,
running
like
gas.
yeah, like why was the city like allowing that like like abandoned building to have like live
Utility.
gas? Yeah. So I think that was like Charles slash Chucky's like accomplice or like
Partner.
the guy that like escaped from like the police on the news.
Oh. Is this like a comedian or something? I don't recognize who the partner is.
Oh yeah, it seems like he's supposed to be like someone like.
So that's Tommy Cirillo. Cirillo? Cirillo?
Swerdlow.
Yeah. Not a lot of roles for that guy. Oh, she lost her mind already.
Hmm. Oh my god!
He had his own batteries?
Good guy brand batteries. Yeah.
I think it'd been hilarious if he just had batteries inside him.
Like he thought of it. Like
Yeah, he thought about putting batteries inside of himself. Ugh, it's so weird to see a doll with that like realistic of hair.
mm,
You notice that?
mm.
Also, you would feel the weight in a doll with 2D batteries inside of it. So I don't understand. Sometimes Chucky can tap into his default voice recording, and then sometimes he can have his own like Brad Dorf voice.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if he only talks through the child recording and doesn't have an evil grown up man. I think that'd be scarier hearing it, all the things he says and cursing through a lighter tone. But then again, you get, if not, you get the jigsaw problem or spiral.
Mm.
This low income housing has a built in fireplace.
There we go. Chucky's. This is Chucky's fine. Chucky now.
Yep,
The full reveal.
it's taken
You stupid fucking bitch.
about halfway through the movie for this to happen.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like this first one was like more of a slow burn. Like I think like the rest of the series is like you you know
No slow
Chucky's
burn,
here.
goes right
Yeah.
in for this. I don't know why she's chasing after the doll. Just be happy that it's out of your life.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess she needs to like prove that like Andy's not like a lunatic. Like
It blew up a crack house. Andy, if you think about it,
yeah.
Andy blew up.
The police think that Andy killed Maggie and then blew up a crack house. Man, when Chucky is like not pretending anymore, like he is fast.
He
Like
booked it.
yeah.
Great defense. Okay, cool. How does he know where she worked?
Yeah. I've been stalking you for a week.
Wait, I mean, the peddler was just in the alleyway of their workplace. She didn't go anywhere
Yeah,
else.
and it seems like a pretty nice like department store that she works in. Like I don't think it doesn't seem like a horrible part of town.
Wait, unless it was like a scene missing where she went to the this. This is a whole different part of the city.
Yeah,
Magical Hobo Man. They're scaring like 9 different homeless guys. Had a shopping cart, bad teeth, homeless.
it's like Home Alone 2, Central Park at night.
Now, Chicago was not safe, really.
Hmm.
Well, that's a hobo peeing through a door onto another
Hmm.
hobo.
Scram!
Were these actors? I feel like only a handful were real actors, and the rest were just Chicago people. What is it up with everyone like walking away from each other, talking like,
Mm.
and then everyone grabbing each other? It happens way too much in this one scene. I gotta admit, again, the mom really loves her kid, willing to go to a hobo village to find a certain hobo,
Hmm.
and then is trying to be her own like private investigator.
Yeah.
And she's asking like all the right questions.
Even though he saw like lightning strike the toy store.
I want him to say something to along the lines of, "You think this is the first time a killer man has cursed me?" Or
Hmm.
something like that, where it's like, "This ain't the first supernatural doll I've fought before." Also, wouldn't this make more sense that there's voodoo in New Orleans, not Chicago?
Maybe.
Is this a real song?
Or is this like a like yeah like a Chucky class like a original? So Chucky is like a doll feels pain.
This is more of a comedy, right?
I
Just because of how the knife's
mean,
poking out and the legs.
I
This
mean the
guy's
series.
his car is a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean the series obviously got to that point where it just became like a comedy with like vague horror elements. Didn't he hurt him? He hurt him with like the cigarette
Lighter.
lighter though. So
Yeah.
it's like
So in this version, he's more of a doll than human. Because other versions, I think he bleeds.
I think there's a thing where yeah, it's like the longer he's in like a doll, like he becomes like more like organic or something, or like I think they might get to it in a little bit. Like I think it's like if he stays in the doll too long, he becomes like real or something.
Okay, so he likes
This
the paint.
is this normal? It's like Chicago's like only like voodoo like priest guy. Yeah, that's what.
There we go. Oh, he
Did
was a
he,
good voodoo master.
but he taught Chucky like the ritual to like transfer his soul into like whatever object he wanted.
Yeah, voodoo's real in this universe.
Hmm.
Ugh. I like how now the mom is unofficially a partner.
Mhm.
She's technically like a suspect, but not anymore. She's just
A
running
cop.
right into, yeah, she's a cop now. Cop mom.
Yeah.
Did she have a day job as working at a mall and
Her
that's
boss
just
probably
cop
called
mom?
like, yeah, Mrs. Barkley, you're fired. Like you haven't showed up for work in like 3 days.
And her son's still in jail?
Hmm. I don't think Andy's in jail. I think he's in like a mental hospital or like some sort of like child hospital. You have to make Chucky love you.
Only a mother's love. All right, bye. genuine child fear. I never I don't remember a lot of movies in the '80s where they didn't have the full license to the music, or so it's like muffled.
Or it's like it's just like generic sound alikes.
Also, is that Doctor Gary Busey?
No. Jack Colvin. He's on the Incredible Hulk like TV show.
This is a 6-year-old boy with a scalpel for a weapon. He knew to go for a weapon,
Hmm.
but he doesn't know how to walk backwards. It's me, your Uncle Busey.
That's some like high powered like headset
Well, this was the '80s of
shock
psycho
therapy.
shock
Yeah.
therapy, yeah. So it's just straight up just an electric chair and a headset.
Hmm.
Well, how many like disturbed kids are here
Yeah, there's like dirty kids just like in the hallway, just like
being comforted? See, that guy is more Chicago.
hmm.
The partner, Jack.
What are you talking about?
I know defeat Chucky. The power of toys.
Yeah, hide in your Muppet Babies playhouse.
I don't know how he got to the roof. So he has to kill Andy? I thought he was trying
Yeah,
to possess the body.
yeah. It's some sort of weird voodoo rule where it's like the first person you reveal yourself to, you have to like kill. I think he's got to do the ritual again, where like whatever ritual he did to transfer himself into like the Chucky doll, but the kids would die down. Now he's got to transfer himself into Andy.
Oof. Andy's dead. You smack a 6-year-old boy with a bat. I mean, even
Yeah.
though it's a tiny bat, it's still the head.
Hmm. Ghost is coming.
Choose your form of the destructor. Okay, now he's just speaking French. Or is it Creole? Just loves to bite the mom.
Hmm.
This is a huge apartment.
Hmm.
I don't know if you look at the room sizes and what you get, but this is a big apartment in Chicago.
I would love to see like Brett Durham just in like the studio for like this part, just like
Talking in the mic like, that doll was super flammable.
it was like 80% asbestos.
Uh oh. I would want to see a Chucky doll look like this. I wonder if
Mm.
they sell like a Chucky doll that's melted and all wigged
The
out.
burn Chucky.
Yep. I'm still here.
Here's Chucky.
See, there's way too many entrances in this like house. Right,
Hmm.
this apartment has so many like different doorways. God, it's like the Terminator. That, you know how hard it is to blow off like a limb on a doll? She blew off the head, the arm, the
Yeah,
ankle.
for someone who like, is probably like never held a gun before.
Wow, this is going on for so long for the body to crawl. I'm surprised this cop didn't try to pull his own gun.
Mhm.
Wait, is
Chuck,
Chucky the one talking?
is Chucky like yelling at his own body to like.
I got the head still scream about this. Man, that's a good effect.
Mhm.
Well, the good news is now Chucky has become a thing where we think evil dolls is a thing,
Mhm.
and so these guys have a Chucky phrase between them. You know what I mean? Like no one's gonna believe that this doll did all this. So it's for them. It's always gonna be a thing that's always gonna haunt them because that's what happened to Andy later on for Bride of Chucky, and then so on. You know,
Yeah, but like,
but
what's the explanation like right now? Like, how do they explain like, oh yeah, Andy's not crazy, but it was this other like it was just weird. This doll went crazy. It's the a voodoo serial killer,
I forgot it ends on a freeze frame of Andy just like, oh shit,
like Thriller.
yeah. You know, as a one-off movie, it's pretty unique. Not knowing that there are 7 follow-ups after this.
Mm,
Man, Chucky was like a team effort to bring to life.
yeah, well, I think there was like puppet versions. There was like there was RC versions. There was like they would put like like little people in suits. I think or like kids in suits and they're in Chucky suits. There was like multiple different ways of like bringing Chucky to life.
Hmm. So is Andy free from the? the crack house explosion. I feel like they killed their only witness and suspect,
Hmm.
so it's just gonna be Andy taking the blame for that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how they explain it in a way to like. Well, it wasn't Andy, but it was.
The
Uh,
good guy doll.
yeah.
I always forget that this was a Chicago movie. Again, bringing it up, but it's that I think in the next, I think Child's Play 2 takes place in Chicago, then 3 and so forth, it takes place outside of it. Bride of Chucky definitely was like a cross country movie.
Hmm.
And then the series takes place in Jersey for some reason.
Well, I think the most recent season was like in the like Chucky's like in the White House.
Man, they're crediting everyone that was involved in this movie, which is good, but
I'm hanging.
yeah, I don't know if these are like real songs. Filmed in Chicago. See, now when a movie's talking about like, just coincident living or dead, this movie's about things coming back from the dead, so I don't believe them. Like, is Chucky a living thing? Does that count? Because he's a dead living thing. All right.
So that was that was the first Child's Play.
I still think it holds up.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It
Hmm.
definitely is a product of its time, and it has that I guess like awareness that it's silly. I that I kind of forget. I thought the first movie was taking stuff serious, but
Well, I think the first is definitely more serious than like the rest. Like it gradually gets more and more ridiculous until like you get into like the Bride of Chucky era, where it's that Bride of Chucky is just like a full on like comedy with like like kills, but like it's pretty much a comedy. And it's also the first is also like it has like that kind of like we were talking about, like it's like this more of a slow burn of like, maybe is Andy crazy? Maybe is the doll alive? Like, and then the rest of the series is like, it's yeah, you know Chucky, Chucky, he's like running around killing people. Like we don't have to hide it anymore. We don't have to like be like coy about it. Like Chucky is just it's like pretty much from the start is just gonna like come back and like start killing people again. I feel I feel like 2 and 3 and the rest of the series um it's definitely more of like more of like Chucky's personality and like his like like because I feel like you don't really get a lot of like Brad Dourif personality, and it's like there's a couple like really funny like bits in this one, but like the rest of the
not
rest of the
yeah,
rest,
not to
rest,
the
the rest,
level we are used to.
the rest of the series is like full on like Brad Dourif is just like Chucky just like cursing at people and like yelling at people.
Also, the kills in this movie are very simple.
Yeah, there's only I mean there's like two 3 kills in the whole movie.
One of them was just a house exploding, and that was just
Yeah.
gonna happen. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that was
That was, even if Chucky didn't do anything, the house is gonna blow up at some point because there was still like active gas being pumped into it. It's just like condemned hovel. But yeah, any final thoughts on the first Child's Play, Chris?
Uh, it definitely lives up. It's funny to think that the series has gone on this long, but
It's like, yeah, it's like literally still around. Like literally, like this month is like a new season of the show, and the fact that like it has a show.
yeah, yeah.
Like yeah, it's how it's 7 movies is the or 7 or 8 movies than the show, and then just all the other like side stuff like like you mentioned, like there's like giant like Halloween Horror Nights mazes at each like Halloween Horror Nights. And there's been like mazes like every year, or like at least for like a majority of like the Halloween Horror Nights has been like a Chucky maze or a Child's Play maze. And Chucky is still like a massive icon of like horror, and like everyone knows Chucky.
But any last words for you?
No, no yeah, it's yeah, the first Child's Play is still yeah pretty great. It's but I think it's definitely like 2 is when it like really like you get like full on like Chucky, like Chucky becomes like full on Chucky. Like this one has like some like fun bits with like Chucky, but like 2 and then beyond is like where it's like all right, this is like the Chucky we know and love of like him like being an asshole and like killing people, and because the first one is definitely more of like sort of trying to be more of like a mystery, or trying to be more of like a like a little bit more psychological, like is this kid like crazy, or is it like actually like supernatural voodoo happening? But at a certain point they're just like, oh yeah, it's voodoo, like you saw it happen in the opening of this movie, like the style is alive killing people.
Right. It definitely hasn't found the rhythm yet.
Yeah,
It to the degree where
all
it works more for the fandom is the rude Chucky, the brass uh, cursing doll, like a short doll yelling at like grown-ups. That's where the show shines.
yeah, all the elements are here in this first one. Like it needed to like it crystallized in like the later like the later movies in the series. But yeah, yeah, I mean, special effects wise, incredible. Like, and then just like as far as like '80s horror movies, like, it's obviously a classic. So yeah, fun watching it again. And yeah, so that'll do it for this month's commentary. We'll be back next month with another movie. And you can head over to the site and check all of our other stuff out, the regular podcast, all of our reviews and news and all that stuff. Head over and check all that stuff out. And yeah, so for Chris, I'm Zach, and we will see you next time. For more Everything Action, head to www.everythingaction.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at EVAction, on Facebook by searching for Everything Action, and follow us on Instagram at everything.action. You can also subscribe and get more episodes on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.